All right, welcome back. This is Crypto Rolly, the crypto watch that never stops. Live technical analysis, price predictions, and trading. Been a choppy few days, stuck between 9250 support and resistance at 9400 to 9550. All right, so it has been sideways, but we have to remember the trend is your friend, and we have been in a bull rally. So just keep that in mind. We're going to take a look at the technicals as usual. First, let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market. Basically, we're small losses all across the board. XRP is actually up 0.67%, Bitcoin Cash 0.5%. Tezos still doing well, 5% gain there. And 900 million on the real volume of Bitcoin. Pretty slow, definitely slow for a Monday. We were expecting this over the weekend, but Monday is just as slow. Indecision in the market, up or down, kind of a coin toss. So usually when you see something like that, the volume gets slow, which precedes something big to come. So make sure you're on the right side of that trade, or if you want to be cautious, I'll show you the levels to look at. We need to break either 9250 or 9400 with a solid 4-hour close, preferably. Okay, the fear and greed index at a 59, getting a little greedy, but nothing setting off the alarms yet. I think we still have plenty of room to go, especially if we get another pump. And the block halving is in 98 days, less than 100 days, guys. So could we still see another pump in the next month or two leading up? Still a possibility, okay? So let's go back to our chart and take a look. So CME's opened back up, and basically we opened at the same price as we closed last weekend. So there was no new gap, but we do still have this gap here, and you have like a little miniature one down here. But just keeping that on my radar, but I'm not going to really trade based off that alone. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance just real quick. You can see, let me take the volume off, it's in my way. So we had this horizontal support coming across here. I think I even have a line drawn, and we are breaking beneath it. So if this is looking like a bear flag on the Bitcoin dominance chart, you're going to see the altcoins outperform Bitcoin. So this will start to drop this way. And currently, if Bitcoin does look like it wants to pump, I think the altcoins might pump harder. So you will see a decrease in the Bitcoin dominance. And the reason I'm also interested in altcoins, I'll take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum and Litecoin could be an indicator for bullish price in Bitcoin, okay? Because if those guys start to take off, and we saw Litecoin has been kind of leading the way in the past day or two. If they take off, I think Bitcoin will follow. So I did want to look at that real quick, the Ethereum chart. So if we look at Ethereum on the macro, you can see much like Bitcoin, we're hitting horizontal resistance. You had the support here. It became resistance, flip resistance here. We were able to break it, and we had a nice rally. You can see there was resistance all along this way, and we're currently coming up and meeting it as resistance now. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. And it looks like we're kind of putting in a bit of a falling wedge on the 4-hour Ethereum chart. So if this can break bullish, I was thinking that possibly that could be a leading indicator for Bitcoin possibly breaking bullish, okay? Because Ethereum has been slightly more bullish in recent days. So just watching out to see if we get a breakout, a bullish breakout. Usually falling wedges do break out more often than not to the upside. But we also do have this horizontal that I just showed you acting as resistance. If we can break above this, on the macro, that's going to be a massive area. Definitely very bullish. We could get a very powerful move to break something like when the resistance is super strong and we're able to finally push through. Usually it takes a lot of volume to do that. So when finally all the whales combine and we get that volume, that's when you can see like a 10% pump, 20% pump. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we haven't had any recently, so you never know. So we're looking for that to happen on the Ethereum chart. And let me go back over to Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin basically has been stuck in this 4-hour range. You have this, you can see very clearly this horizontal support coming across on the 4-hour. You can see that it hasn't closed a candle beneath 92.50. And if we do get a close below 92.50 on the 4-hour, you could see more of a dump come in after that. I don't know how strong of a dump it will be. I just have this tentative trend line, this touch to this touch drawn right now. So maybe we'll come to meet it here, or if we do get a pullback, that's just a possible area of support. I don't know, but sometimes I just go ahead and draw these ahead of time, and it's funny how they line up down the road. So we'll just keep that there. But as of now, we're bouncing off of this horizontal support, still stuck in a sideways range. Not much has changed from yesterday, but current price 93.28. So looking like the bulls definitely bought this area up again, and you could see another test up to 94, this horizontal here, or 95.50 range. Over the weekend, we did make a pump for it and got rejected, most likely because we didn't have enough volume behind it. But you can see that we did break above this. So either that was a stop hunt, but see, we broke above it, and it could have just been a stop hunt right before a dump, right? That's often, right before a major move, it might stop hunt the opposite direction. So, like if you had a bunch of shorts in here and they had their stop above here, that would be the most obvious place. Sometimes you'll see a stop hunt to knock out all those shorts, and then it will dump, okay? It's a ruthless game, lawless game. But we didn't get a dump, so we might make another test up to it. And being that it's the actual weekdays, and you have institutions trading, larger players, we might actually break it this time. In fact, if we make a third attempt at this 95.50 to 9600, I'm leaning towards a break of it, okay? If we can break it, let's take a look at possible areas of interest to the upside. And we looked at this yesterday as well, but like I said, not a whole lot has changed. Basically, I was looking at the weekly. We can do that. We'll look at the weekly. No, let's 3-day. We'll zoom in a little nicer. And we'll take out our Fibonacci tool real quick. And we'll drag from, hold on 1 second. All right. So we'll drag our Fibonacci from this top to the bottom. And you can see that we are consolidating currently above 9,300, the 0.382 retracement. Your next level, the 0.5, is going to be at 10,192. That's going to be in this range here. And I believe if I take, let's say that this is a bull flag, okay? Let's go down to the 1 day. And we're going to say that we're looking at a bull flag from here. So this is the pole. And we're going to drag our pole to the bottom of the flag. And the pole up takes us right to that 0.5 Fibonacci. So if this is going to be a bull flag and breaks to the upside, that the extended move target will take you to this region here, 10,200, which also is going to make an attempt at this top here. Because I imagine there's a lot of shorts that have their stops above here, thinking there's no way we'll make a higher high. But never think there's no way anything can happen in Bitcoin, because if your heart is so determined that we will never break above this point, I'm sorry guys, it might just happen, okay? So don't get wrecked, don't go all in, don't have this as your liquidation point. I'm just saying, if we do have a break to the upside, we're going to definitely test up here. So the 0.5 points in that direction, 10,200, that region there. The 0.618 is going to be the golden retracement. That would be the next level of importance, coming in at 11,079 about. And, coincidentally, that's going to be the top of this symmetrical triangle. If you're drawing a touch, let's go to the weekly so you can see that. If you're drawing a touch from here to there, and here to there you have the symmetrical triangle formation, and basically the 0.618 is coming in right at the top of that symmetrical triangle. So we could make an attempt to the 0.5 at 10,200, or if we have a real solid major pump, 0.618, 11,000, okay? But I would imagine if we finally break 96, I think we will see some type of pullback either here or in here, and look to consolidate and form a new support, okay? Flip resistance to support like we often do in Bitcoin. Let me close that out, okay? You can see how this was support flipped resistance. Next, we want to see this resistance flipped as support. So are we going to get a pullback here and come back down in here, or do we break that level and consolidate up here? That is basically what we're looking at, and it doesn't get much more simpler than that. So I'm just going to break down the usual, and we'll go from there, okay? One other thing I would like to point out about what's happening here is we did come up to a major resistance point, which you would think if the bears were in control of everything, the bears would have dumped us hard at this point. We didn't have a blow-off top. A blow-off top, basically when you have a large impulse pump and then it gets sold down super hard and you have a large wick, which would look a lot like this guy here, okay? This was a blow-off top, and we came down and ended up coming further back down, okay? We haven't seen that yet. Even this was a bit of a blow-off top because we made a run for it and then dumped down pretty hard, okay? You could kind of say it here, but that happened over the weekend and there was no follow-through, so I'm not going to credit that one. So we are lingering around here, and the more that we linger around this critical resistance, the more likely we end up breaking it. Looks like a bull flag, feeling slightly bullish, though there are some bearish indicators. But like I say, no serious dump off. I think we might go for it. Otherwise, keep it simple. We are stuck in the sideways range. We'll go down to the 4-hour. And basically this is as simple as it gets. You close a 4-hour under here, look for further pullback. If we can close above here, look for a pump. Maybe if you want to, I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys what to do, but basically a simple rule is buy support, sell resistance, okay? That's as simple as it gets. Let's go over to our EMA MAs. On the EMA MA, we did bounce off the 50 orange EMA here, kind of tested it here. We're stuck beneath the yellow 21 EMA. We'll have to see how the next 4-hour candle closes. Maybe we can get back above the 10 simple at 93.42. Okay. Our Bollinger Bands, we are just, trading sideways. This is starting to get real tight in here. The more that this tightens up, the more we're looking for a major move. We are in the bearish side of things, but the middle Bollinger Band's coming in at 93.50, so we're not too far off. If we can close above that, we'll make another attempt up here as well. Ichimoku clouds, let's take a look. We are trading beneath the conversion line, so you have resistance at 93.75, and your Ichimoku cloud on the 4-hour can provide some support down in this region. Your stochastics were coming down, but now hinting at another cross up. So if this does end up crossing, say we can get a close above 93.75 on the Ichimoku and we get a cross up, maybe that will be a hint at things to come going further, okay? But right now the RSI just looks like it's in a falling channel basically. So also if this RSI can start break this falling channel down, we could see another pump as well, okay? On the 12-hour, let's go to the 12-hour. On the 12-hour, we are still coming down on the stochastics, but it hasn't been anything severe. And if we do start to pump upwards, you're going to see this curl back that way. And your RSI is also kind of in that falling channel, similar to the 4-hour. Your support's coming down here at 89.44. Let's take a look at the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, your middle band is coming up here at 91.44, so that would be your support on the Bollinger Bands. And this is steadily rising here, so maybe we'll meet it here for that pump. It looks like I just froze up for a second. Well, we'll see if that happened in the real video. Let's keep it going. All right, so possibly this comes up on the next 12 hour and we get a bounce off of it. Just a possibility. And let's look at the moving averages. Moving averages, your yellow 21 support at 91.43 and resistance, the 10 simple, the blue 10 simple at 93.56. So yeah, we're looking to get back above 93.50 so we can make an attempt up higher. On the 1 day, the 1 day is super bullish. You have the 10 simple coming up, provided some support here, and now it's like pushing this candle up right now as we speak. The support's at 92.32, so we were looking for 92.50 to break. Well, if we do break 92.50, 9200, you would also be breaking this 10 simple finally, and then your support would be down here, the pink 200 simple moving average at 88.68. But we did have the 21 EMA just cross bullish above it, and it's providing support at 8900. We had the golden cross, this orange 50 EMA crossed over the green 200 EMA right here. We didn't have an immediate reaction last week when that happened, so maybe we'll finally get that pump. The golden cross was initiated, so maybe now we're going to see that pump from the golden cross. But on top of that, you have this red 100 EMA just crossed over the green 200 EMA, so it's nice to see these starting to cross over the major moving averages. All right, Bollinger Bands, we did hit the top band right here yesterday, and now the top band's coming in at 96.86, so that could be temporary resistance as well. And if we do get a pullback on the daily, you could see this come down all the way to 89.33, basically where the 200 simple is sitting at, and also you have this horizontal, I would say, resistance and now turn support as well. Okay, so that looks decent. Like I say, we're still hanging out here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we make another attempt up on the Ichimoku clouds. Ichimoku clouds, we did have the green cloud starting to form, so that's definitely bullish to see on a macro scale. And your support's going to be in the same region down here, 89.13. Okay, so basically what we're looking at, I would say, is if we do manage to break above 9,600, I think 10,000. It's also 10,000 is a psychological region, but anywhere between 10,000 to 10,200 would be a nice target to the upside. And if this little bit of a flag ends up breaking down, I'm thinking 8,900 would be your support for multiple reasons. Okay, and I've gone over those. We did see the daily Stochh cross down as well, so that was making me a little indecisive. But it's not coming down super hard and looks like it could curl back up if we do get that pump. Okay, and that's about that. Let's look at the weekly real quick. The weekly is still looking good, still looking bullish. We're in the cloud. Your upper resistance at 10,370. Your stochastics are coming up super nice and looking more and more aggressive to the upside, actually. Doesn't look like a rounding top yet. And your RSI is at a 57 on the RSI, on the weekly RSI. I meant to talk about this at the top, but there were, if you're still with me, guys, I have 7 reasons why Bitcoin could explode past 10,000. And one of those was Bitcoin's RSI on the weekly was above 55. Historically, that being an inflection point on the market, technically a bull market when we're above 55 and we're at a 57. The leading cryptocurrency has moved above the 200-day moving average, which I had shown before, and that's also a sign of bull market. The 50-day crossing over the 200-day exponential Your golden cross, boom, boom. The weekly super guppy, I don't usually look at that indicator, but I've seen other people post about it, started to trend green, something that preceded historical bull markets as well. Bitcoin's Ichimoku cloud has crossed into green, which I showed you on the daily, where we have the green cloud starting and the halvings taking place. So you could have people, FOMO into the halving hype, okay? So all of that's pretty bullish. And unless we break beneath, 9250 on a 4 hour, I have no reason to believe that we're going to dump. Just trend is your friend until it's not. I think, you'll definitely have a better idea of a reversal if we get a major impulse move and a large wick. Something like that might signal, a severe pullback. Until then, we're just, pushing up one leg at a time. Okay, we'll take a look at the Heikin Ashi and finish it up. Sound good? All right, hit that like, comment, subscribe, tick the bell for notifications. This has not been financial advice. I should have said all of that at the top, but whatever. I was just getting into the charts, man. I've been waiting all day. It's just nothing has been happening. I was like, I can't post the same video I posted yesterday. So if you did watch yesterday's video, I hope that this has been somewhat better or more informative. Not more informative, but something different, okay? Because, man, it's just been kind of sideways. All right, let's look at our Heikin Ashi, and I will get out of here. So Heikin Ashi is still bullish. Man, had you just traded the large time frames and bought down here, you would just be sitting pretty, okay? And on the 3-day, your Heikin Ashi is still bullish. 2-day, starting to look like potential reversal. But if this is a bull flag type situation, you could get these little indecision candles and then another attempt up. On the daily, again, indecision, but that might just be a characteristic of the bull flag. On the 12-hour, you do have some bearish ones printing, and you know what? The previous ones I said, okay, maybe it's just a bull flag. Well, I can't just be, a bull tard, so to speak, or a perma bull. So, this might be hinting at the pullback. Okay, 4-hour. Let's see at that. Let's see what that. Okay, on the 4-hour, starting to get a green one. So maybe that move is done, and now we're going to try again upwards. All right. So we're just ranging, guys. Nothing too exciting. It's, kind of a coin flip. So either you can trade the range, buy the support, sell the resistance in the range, or, just wait for one of these to break and then make your move then. All right. This has been Crypto Rolly. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.